How's everybody doing tonight? I think the stream is already started, but I'm kind of moving slow because I still don't have a working. Actually, that might change very soon, but at the moment, I don't have a fully working Yolobox, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. One thing is I saved it for this stream right now. So the screen on my Yolobox doesn't work, and I'm navigating it using a mouse. It's a $4 Chromebook mouse from Lenovo. That's what I'm using to operate the Yolobox. But I've got a new one and it showed up and I'm gonna unbox it today. I just thought it's better to unbox it on camera, people could see it. And then assuming that everything works, then tomorrow I can tomorrow will be the regular. We'll have the Yolobox hopefully is working, and then we can go back to what we've been working on previously, which is the 3D pinball from Broker. So even then it was kind of slow. Let me see if I can explain what's going on here. So actually, let me go back to here. And let me go to the studio cam. So this here is sort of the first thing that was unboxed. It showed up yesterday. It's from Lenovo. It's a $4, as I said, mouse that's meant to be used for Chromebook, but it works with the Yolobox. So to go back here, so here's the Yolobox, and the screen is blank. Up here is the monitor. So normally I have the monitor on the full screen display, but today I've got it showing everything on the Yolobox so that, because my Yolobox screen doesn't work. So I contacted the folks at Yolobox and they said ship the unit up to Boston and they're either going to repair it or replace it. I did some Google searches online, and the impression I have is that it's a very easy fix. Basically, the touchscreen still works. Everything on it still works, except the screen doesn't display. And that could be a very easy fix. This screen wasn't displaying since I had it. I had it 6 months, and it very often the screen would turn off, but it would always turn back on. And then this time it finally didn't turn back on, so I'm shipping it to them. So I'm hoping that this new one that I got, we're not going to have any problems with the screen. And then when we get this old one back, hopefully then there's again no problems. And, if that works, then I have an extra Yolobox. I'm going to set up a studio for my wife to do paintings, live stream her paintings. So I already have this desktop studio for these puzzles. And I already have the gym wired, which I just use the iPad to stream from the gym. But anyway, that's set to go. There's gym videos on my channel. You've probably seen them. And then if I end up with 2 working Yoloboxes, then I'm going to set up my wife with so she can live stream her paintings, which we'd already discussed. That's been in discussion for a while. And we were thinking that we're going to take the gym cameras and the gym setup, and we might still do that, but if we have 2 Yoloboxes, then maybe we're going to run it through the Yolobox rather than an iPad, which is good, I think, because that way, if she does a 4-hour painting stream in the day, then my iPad isn't out of battery when we go and stream at night, because, these instructions that you see on every, let me just scroll a few pages forward. When I'm building the thing and you see the instructions, those come from the iPad. So I need that iPad to be charged and ready to go. And speaking of iPad, the first thing from the unboxing is actually some cables. I don't have in the description yet, but I'll put links to everything. Oh, before I open this, let me go back one more time to the studio cam. So as I explained, I'm using this mouse. It's a USB-C mouse. It's plugged into a port of the Yolobox. it's not perfect. It does work for clicking the buttons on the Yolobox, but the keyboard doesn't come up. So I also got a $17 mini keyboard. It's actually from, for some reason, it's from Dusseldorf, Germany. I'll just show you that. It's apparently from Germany. It's a little tiny keyboard. So I think that's going to work with the Yolobox for the typing. But again, we're going to ship it up to Boston and get it completely working. So this all could be, moot at some point. And I'm going to test it at the end because it also could crash the Yolobox and crash the screen. So we're going to do this sort of in the order of things that are likely to crash the stream or not. So this is a cable that plugs into an iPad at one end and into an Ethernet at the other end. It also came with some free cable ties. So basically it has USB-C at this end and it has Ethernet at this end. And supposedly if you plug that into the iPad, it'll get internet. But I don't want to try, or if your iPad takes USB-C. But that's going to be one of the ones we try at the end, because that may or may not work. It may crash the iPad, so we'll do this one at the end. We're going to do this keyboard definitely at the end, because if it crashes the stream. So I already opened that one. I meant to show you them all and then do it, but I opened it, but I'm not going to work with it. This one's not going to crash anything. It's just a background. I don't even remember which background it is. But, so, if maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not sure what just happened. I might have paused the stream. I might have ended it. This is another danger of using the mouse. Apparently, if you right-click the mouse, it exits the stream. So, that's very dangerous. So anyway, go into the studio cam. You can see this background here. So today it's like a barn with some cowboy hats and stuff. But whatever's in here is another background. So if you wait till the very end, I'll hang that background and we'll see what that looks like. So far it's just a bunch of like stuff we don't want to open yet. And even this keyboard, I'm going to move just because I need some room to open the other stuff. All right, so there's the mouse. This was unboxed a while ago. It's the Handycam, but this is the first time that I've got it set up during a live stream. So maybe let's give that a shot. I think it takes a minute to boot up and turn on. And it could have a microphone. I don't have the microphone like enabled right now, but you could do it with the microphone. All right, so let me go first to the studio cam, just so you can see me put my hand in it. All right, so here it is, Handycam. I'm gonna put it in my hand, and I'm gonna switch to it. So this is now the Handycam. This is going to be cool later on today, because the thing we're going to be building, it's not going to be totally just unboxing today. We're also going to build this marble run that's for kids, and it's kind of like a roller coaster, and I'm going to try to follow this with the Handycam. So I think that'll be fun. Anyway, that's enough Handycam for now. I'll put that down. Is that block camera 3? Let's go. All right. I'm on the mouse is not working. Okay, here we go. That's camera 1. Here's camera 3. Yeah. No, camera 3 is not blocked as long as I push the Handycam and the mouse up to the front there. All right. So we've got the Yolobox to unbox today. That's just like an unboxing. We're not going to plug anything in. Although when I get to the point of testing the keyboard and the mouse, there's 2 USB ports, 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A, or whatever it's called, on the Yolobox. So I'm going to try getting the keyboard and the mouse plugged in at the same time. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll crash the Yolobox. I can't use the USB A because that's in use. This is the USB A. The face cam is plugged into USB A. So regular USB. But there's two USB-C that's open. So we're going to do Yolobox. We're just going to unbox that and take a look at it. And then DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor. This looks like just a keyboard with like, I don't know what you call this wheel. It looks to me like what they used to use for Pong back in the day, but it's also used by video editors. And this is not like a huge, you know, if you've ever seen people do video editing, like in Hollywood, they've got like a bank of 8 screens at least, probably like 8 camera feeds that they look at, and then a screen where they see their editor, and then probably another screen where they see what they're building. But, you know, baby steps. It's from Blackmagic Design, who are the same people who do the A10 Mini, which I have a couple of those here. That's how I switch the inputs, video inputs. And it also includes DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is a free program, but this includes the license for the Pro version. I'm not really sure if I need the Pro version, but we now have it. And there's going to be one fun thing. I won't make you wait for this. I'll unbox. Let's unbox DaVinci and then Yolobox, and then we'll do the marble run. And then we'll get into the stuff that's probably going to break the Yolobox. So this marble run, it's basically a kid's toy. It's blocks and ramps, little like arch tunnel type things, and marbles. So there's not that many pieces, but you can do it. It's called Trackball Building Block Wooden Toys. I'm not sure where this is from. We'll get to this in a minute. This will be the third thing that we do. So what did I say first? The DaVinci we'd open first. I think that's the most visually interesting one, so let's do that one. The blocks is probably interesting if you're a little kid. But for us, you know, let me try to get some crap out of the shot there. Why is this not straight? What do we got to do? That's more not straight. Okay, that looks kind of straight, but we got cables sticking in. Okay. DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor. Sorry. DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor. Let's open it up, take a look, see what's in the box. You know what? It occurs to me that I have to be careful when I open this up. Because if there's an activation code, then someone can steal it. So I think I have to be very careful when I open this. I know it's exciting to open it like on the stream, but if there's an activation code in there and someone other than me gets the activation code, that's like, then I can't use the software. So I got to be careful. I can still use the little thing here, the little keyboard editor with the wheel. DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor, Blackmagic Design, includes DaVinci Resolve Studio. It's the Pro version. It better be the Pro version. Alright, we're going to open it. Alright, you can't see the activation code yet. So that's good. Let me take it off camera for a second. Make sure when I lift that foam, you're not going to see the code. Okay. We're good. Alright. So what's under the foam? Let's see what's under the foam. There's the keyboard. I'll lift that out in a second. So there it is. It's surprisingly heavy. This is way heavier than a keyboard. I'm not sure if that's because of processors that are in it, or if it's just there to make it like comfortable. It has like a slant to it, so that is gonna make it comfortable. This wheel here, they used to have this wheel in Pong. This is better. Oh my goodness, this feels so... You won't believe how smooth this is. This is going to be very good for editing videos. So let's take a look at some of the buttons on there. Source, timeline. What is this? SHTL, jog, SCRL. Maybe scroll lock. I don't know. They look like lock buttons, the fact that they light up. Embarrassingly, I don't know. There's clip buttons, close up, cameras 1 through 9. Cameras 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Live, video only, audio only. A lot of these buttons light up. Every time you see one of those little like ovals at the top, that means that it lights up. See, like on the trans button and on the snap button. Stop play. SMTH cut. Trim out, roll. I have to learn what all these things mean. Anyway, it looks very good. Let me just put it down for a second and see how it like feels to operate it. What am I doing with my left hand while I'm doing this? I feel like, is there supposed to be like a left-handed one on that side? I'm not sure. Anyway. DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor. Okay. So, is camera also? Oh, we're on 4. Okay. So there it is. I don't know. That was like way too much editing. Look at that. I don't want to wear this thing out before I use it, but it's obviously very good. So what else is in the box? Blackmagic design. I think this is just like normal getting started, download instruction manual. Again, hopefully I'm not giving the code away. I think I'm not, because I think the code is in here. Blackmagic Resolve Studio 18. What are these, stickers? So I should put a sticker on it? I don't know. Maybe they want me to put the sticker on my film school notebook. I never went to film school. I don't have any notebooks. All right, and then it's a USB-C cord. So I guess that's how it's going to operate. How it's going to connect to the computer. I'm not sure. Why is it only a USB-C cord? USB-C, yeah. I guess that's how, or maybe it's, is it possible that it works wirelessly to the computer? I'm not sure. I have to look into that. Anyway, USB-C. Let's see if there's anything else buried down in there. I'll probably recut this and add, voiceover once I know how everything works. But for now, I'm just going to drop it all back in, and we're going to move on to the next thing. All right. Seems like that cord doesn't fit in. Like I took it out and now it doesn't fit back in. Okay. Not perfect, but it's in there. I'll play with that at some other time. And perhaps do another video once I know what really that's all about. Alright, next up was the reason I placed this order, which I couldn't even afford. I had to click the affirm button, which means I'll be paying, affirm when you buy and you don't have money. They charge you over the next like 60 months and a 20% fee. But here's the thing. I'm shipping, my Yolobox doesn't work. I gotta ship it up to Boston. And if I do that, then I can't stream until I get it back or a replacement. And I don't know how long that's going to be. And I was considering using some other equipment, but this was the thing. Yolobox was the thing that will show up within a day. The other things were like 4 and 5 weeks. I could have used the A10 Mini Pro, but then I wouldn't have the scoreboard. I don't know, just everything combined. I just felt like we're gonna do better with the Yolobox. So I remember it having like the box having like iPad, iPhone type of feel to it, and what you see here is like this ordinary looking box, but inside is the real box, is the real Yolobox Pro box. So I don't know what this extra box is for, but there it is. So we got to get that out. All right, and it's shrink wrapped in plastic. So we got this like fancy box, kind of like getting an iPad or a iPhone, and that box is shrink wrapped. So I guess that other box was just for shipping. It's quite a tall box, you can see here. Yolobox Pro. All right. All-in-one system for switching, encoding, recording, monitoring. I haven't used it for the recording yet. I should do that one day. All right. Multi-camera, production, touchscreen control, go live in 1080p, multi-view, overlay, watermark, audio mixer. It actually does more than this because they constantly upgrade it, the software on it, and as a result, it does more than what the box says it does. I think they do like, I don't think they necessarily have a monthly schedule, but I'm just going to say the average of updates is like 1 per month, I think. So, for example, the replay button. I think that's one of the things they added since I started using Yolobox was the replay button. So like, should I try to do the replay button? All right, I'm gonna take this off and the lid off, and then I'm gonna hit the replay button and see what happens. Okay, so there's a replay of me taking the lid off. So you saw me take the lid off twice because I went into the replay. So there's the Yolobox Pro. Just to remind you, I already have one right here. It's just the screen doesn't work currently. All right, so when you open it up, it comes with this piece of like glass protection. I don't know what this protection is for. Back. That side says back, so this is the front. Maybe if I was supposed to keep this on the screen, but then it wouldn't work as a touch screen. So I'm not really sure. If anyone knows what that's for, let me know. And then there's the Yolobox. Got a little string there so you can get it out. So there it is. Screw mount on the bottom. They say this is for, that's the on-off button. It's a SIM card, SD card, and they say this is for headphones, but it looks like too small for headphones to me. Does that look like headphones to you? And is that, yeah, that's a SIM card, SD card, power button, screw mount, and somehow they're claiming that's a microphone. I'm not really sure. No, a headphone. Not really sure how that's a headphone. It's very thick. It's got like fans and cooling in it. And then on this side, it has 3 HDMI in, 1 USB in, network cable, HDMI out, USB-C, which that could be used, if you can believe it, for another camera, like if it's a webcam, but it also can be used for like a USB drive. There's a headphone out. There's a couple of mics in, so you can plug in 2 mics. There's an audio mixer in the software. And then the last USB-C is for charging, but I'm going to try also to plug the keyboard in there and see what happens. I'm going to try it on the old broken one, not this new one. So hopefully tomorrow we're back doing the Roker pinball because we get this Yolobox working. Quick start guide, Yolobox Pro, user manual. It's actually very thin user manual. All right, so let's see. Is it really? Yeah, there's nothing here. I think that's just the reset button. You know, like you put a paper clip in there and you reset it. But I think they recently did it so all you have to do, like you used to have to put, I think, pin in there and hold that down. And now they redid it so all you got to do is hold down the button. So I don't know what purpose that pin has at this point. There's like demonstration of how you use it. And as you can see, they don't show anything going into that, I don't know, headphone, microphone. I don't know what that, I think it's just a pinhole. Hot shoe mount. Oh, right. They give you a shoe mount. I forgot about that. There's the shoe mount. They give you the USB-C is the charging cable. They give you another USB-C, maybe like data transfer. I don't know. It's like very generous of them. I don't know why they give you a second one. And here's the pin for getting like cards in and out. And that's what I'm thinking, that hole at the bottom is for like a reset. I don't want to say that. Don't quote me on that. It didn't say it in the instruction manual, but why else did they give you that thing? All right, that'll be another thing I'll probably fix in VoiceOver. Remind myself what that means. So I think that's it. I don't think there's anything under here. Yeah. It doesn't even pick up. That's it. That's it. So it doesn't look like there's much going on there. But when you turn it on and operate it, there's a lot going on. So that's the Yolobox Pro. All right. I'm very excited for the next thing. We're actually going to have some fun. It's going to be a kiddie game, Marble Run. We're going to do it in a minute. All right, here's the Marble Run. Let's see what we can do with that. Trackball, building block, wooden toys, 36 month. I think that means 3+. I'm not sure that that's really a great idea. Do you want to give those marbles to a 3+? I don't know what's the safe age where you're not worried about kids putting stuff in their mouth. Not sure. All right. As you can see, those marbles are very small. Yeah, I'm not sure the age, but the kid has to not put marbles in their mouth. All right, because that would be dangerous. All right, so there's these little ramps here. There's little ramps. I'm not sure what these are. Or I guess we're going to find out. But there's, how many? 6 of them. 6 of these little, not exactly ramps, but something. There's 6 of them. And then we got our blocks. These are just regular, like, preschool blocks. They're different colors. These 2 purple, 2 green, 2 purple. Now they're different sizes. 5 cube yellows, 3 blues, and now a big size. So the reds are bigger. The yellows are small. The yellows are smaller. How big are the reds? Are they the size of 2 of them? No, they're the size of a big one and a small one. The small one, is it like 2 of the big one, of the medium one? So yeah, the big one is 3 of the small ones. And the medium is 2 of the small ones. For whatever that's worth. Probably nothing. I think this is where the game probably ends. So imagine the marble is like going through the course. It's probably going to end in here. Like go in there and spin around and that's the end of it. Some packing styrofoam. Oh, here's the little bridges. They have 2 like enter and exit. All right. Is there only one of those? One of them is, ooh, what's that? Another termination? Okay, and a ball can enter here and go this way. So it almost looks like a pipe. Check this piece out. Oh. So the ball would enter here, roll this way, exit here. Cool, right? And we've got similarly this one, the ball enters here, comes out here. So are these all going to be the same? It looks like it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. Maybe we should try to build this what's on the box here. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I think that it's like, for a kid, it could take, a while. But we'll give it a shot. We'll try to build this. Okay. Just trying to find a way to keep it on the screen. All right. So we're going to try to build that. All right. Let's begin at the end. This is where it's going to end. All right. It looks like there's 2. Oh, okay. Wow, they use this at the very end. So this block that goes in here, they're using it right here. What a boring way to use it. And then they've got that backed up with this yellow. And then we grab one of these. And we put that, obviously we line up the circles. And then we put a block in the back. No, is that right? The reason why I'm saying is that right is I'm thinking that the ball is going to get stuck there. Like there's a little depth there. Let me show you what I mean. If we put the ball there, it's going to get stuck. So first let's show it not get stuck. So let's say it's not there. We go this way. Wow. It got stuck. We're trying. Oh, there's no exit here. All right, I probably did something wrong. Okay, good. Good, I'm glad. This makes much more sense. We had it wrong. So it enters here, and then it goes that way. And it didn't roll through. Maybe because it didn't have enough momentum, but it didn't go into the exit. Let's try to give it a little more momentum this time. Well, it's not going to be easy for a little kid. Okay, it went in that time. So what I think goes on top is probably this, which is basically an aesthetic thing. So what they put on top. Well, let's do this again. All right, they put this on top. All right, let's see if this works. I think it would have worked, but I didn't have the exit lined up. Well, it's going to be tricky for kids to get it to get everything lined up perfectly, but you know, maybe that's part of the fun, is getting it correct. All right, let's see. Let's try again. I mean, I can't get it done. I can't get it to work. Wow. All right, one more try. Try to get that lined up. There we go. It would have worked that time. It bounced off of a marble that was already there. So because we already had several marbles in there. So what should we do to avoid? Okay, let's just leave the marbles there for now. Let's build the rest. We don't have a great view of this, what we're trying to build. Like what connects this, which we already built, to the rest of this structure. I'm not sure. I also think we built it kind of like, I think I want to change the angle that we have it at. I'll grab that when we want to put it on screen. I think I want to do it like on the side here. Yeah, that's going to make more sense. So we'll start with this over here. Okay. All right. Now, what do we need to do next? We need to build some towers. First one is very simple. Let's put this here. That can't be right, though, because then how is the marble going to get in there? I think something else needs to go there first. Another one of these 7s. All right, so I called it a 7. It's actually, there's 7 of them. 3, 6, 7. So that's why I said 7, but really it's going to go like this. And then I think we put another one of these, maybe. I'm not sure, but I think so. How's that looking? Okay. And then they have a second red here. And then they have blue with yellow on top. And then another one of these going like this. All right, I think we're kind of getting something going here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. We still have a lot to go, but there's something happening there. Should we use one of these over here? I think we need to, because I think they're also, this is going to get a second level of purple. I think so. I'm just doing it exactly like the picture. That's what I'm doing here. Maybe I'm messing up, but let's see. Let's go with it. for now. Alright, so let's do this corner over here next. I'm worried that we might have built this. I think we need to move it a little to the left. We're probably going to break it doing that. But let's give it a shot. I remember there was a time when I found blocks boring. Or maybe I just ran out of combinations. I remember my mom's parents didn't have many toys, and when we would visit there, they had blocks like these when I was a kid. And I think I had built like a certain number of structures. And then when I got to the point where I couldn't think of any more combinations, there weren't that many blocks, probably the same as like here. I think it got boring. I was thinking like, what am I going to do? Go there and build the same combination like 10 times? I remember thinking that. Nowadays with video games, like nobody can ever get bored, but back then you still could get bored. Alright, so what's next? It looks like this is a junction. And that purple is not done. Alright, I think we have to start building over here. Alright, sorry, I had that off screen. Alright, so there's like a second level here. Actually, over here it's like one level low. Then on the second set of towers, there's 2 levels, mid and high. And then on the third section of 2 towers, there's only high. So I think there's multiple. No, I think it's going to, the ball, I think it's going to start like here, travel this route. I think so. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so the next thing we need to build is going to be in this corner. And it's going to be the height. I'm just going to build it exactly the way they have it. It's a green and then a blue. And then on top of that, going from this tower to here is another one of these, I believe. Is that height? If the height matches, that's probably correct. All right. There we go. Now what? This front corner gets one of these. It'll be a miracle if this marble actually goes through this whole thing. But let's see. All right, blue. It feels like there's a problem because the blue and the purple are different heights. But maybe it's not a problem because there's a corner here that we didn't build yet. And it's actually going to kind of be tough to reach back there. Let me sort of clean out what's there first. Alright, so red and green. That's what the corner is going to be. Now, what's tough is finding the location of it. Is this like, does that look like the right location? And then what comes out of there? Actually, we can tell by adding this. We're pretty close. It's got to, I think, come in a little bit and over a little bit. How about now? How's that look? In a little bit more. All right, how's that? I think that's it. It's not perfect. These blocks, they move. They're like, they slide. It's tough to even like keep it in place. Like I'm thinking the marble is going to knock it around. Like even if we get it perfect, the force of the marble moving around this structure is probably going to, knock some things out of place. But, we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so on this front corner here, I think we put another one of these little things. Those are just kind of just to give you a flat surface. I think that's really the only point of those. And here comes a pointless, really on both sides. We're going to put these pointless yellow pieces. Now, something's wrong. Because one, we didn't travel from here to here yet. And then two, we've got two of these left. So I think this one doesn't go there yet. I think it first goes here. So I think the pattern is it receives the ball at this end and it exits the ball at this end. Receive, entrance, entrance, exit. Entrance, exit. So that's it. I think that's it. Problem is, we don't really see the height from there. This thing's getting like taller and taller. There we go. That's where we got to go to get the full height of this thing on camera. But for now, let's stick here for a minute. Yeah, I think we do have to go there. So that yellow piece we didn't put on yet. I think we have to put this on first. And then we finally could put that yellow. But the yellow piece doesn't really mean anything. It's just like aesthetic. What the piece that's left that means something is this piece. And it needs to go here. Alright, now, this is potentially done. I don't know that it is done. I don't know that it's going to work. But maybe it will. Alright, so let's take the marbles. And we're going to drop one of them in. And we're going to see what happens. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it's not. Alright, let's get the full sort of view here. Imagine it works on the first attempt. It worked on the first attempt. There's the marble. Alright, we're a little bit, this camera's a little bit, let me see if I can maybe improve this camera. Okay, that's a little bit better, right? Alright, let's try one more marble and see if we get the same result. Or did the first marble knock stuff out of place? It worked. Alright, let's turn the handy cam on and let's see if we can follow this marble. Why do I keep calling it Marvel? I've been watching too much Disney Plus. Alright, we're going to get this moving. We got, alright, I got to switch to it. Alright, this is the handy cam. I think I can follow that marble. I think I can follow that marble through its journey. Let's see. All right, drop it in the top here. Ha ha! Success! It worked. All right, let's drop in all the ones we have left. Surely these are going to break now, but let's try it. All right. 1, 2. They could have worked, but they got jammed at the end there. Okay, I think that was pretty cool. That's so much for that one. So the screen is blank now, but now we're back. It was just blank for a second. So we got that from here. You know, we took it from here. So I think that we should build one on our own. I think it's wrong to end the stream or to end this segment of the stream without doing an original puzzle. Because we just stole that one from the box. By the way, those came out. When I pulled this tray away, those marbles came out, which meant that The only thing keeping them in there was, the only thing preventing them from going into the dish is that the dish was full. All right, so you think I could take this apart without screwing up? Like putting everything like in pieces and parts where it goes? Let's see, 7 of these. All right. Oh my goodness. Well, I did one mess up. I crashed into the camera. Sorry, the microphone. You probably heard it. A weird sound. Okay. Kind of cheated there. I grabbed both ends because I didn't remember which end was the removable. So I grabbed both ends, and whichever one didn't pick up was the removable ends. All right. 3, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1. I believe there's 6 of these. These are the trickiest ones, just because they're so small and flimsy. And then the dish. All right, so we need to build something without following the box. You know, all right, let's start small. Okay, let's start very simple. All right, so this is the tray. That's where it has to end. All right. I guess this is always going to be the one before the end. It's going to deliver it in there. All right, so like this. Like this. All right. This is 1.0. This is a very simple, simplest puzzle we could do. And it didn't even work. Wow, we failed at the simplest possible puzzle because I didn't have the end piece on correctly. All right, let's line that up correctly this time. All right, let's try again. Drop the marble in. Got it. Okay, good. So now what do we want to build? All right. Okay, let's again stick with the theme of keeping it easy, and we're just going to do like this. It's just going to be one long track. Just one end to the other. That's the plan. Okay. So we're just going to drop the marble in one end, and it's going to end up in the other end. Boom. Easy. A little too easy. I feel like, I mean, I could turn it sideways, but that would be the same thing. I can make like a pattern going this and that way. Let's try that. But again, it's kind of like simple. But maybe we can make it not simple by creating like a decision there, maybe. I'm not sure, maybe. All right, let's see here. Is that the right size? All right, so we got a little something going on there. Got a lot of extra pieces here because we don't have it built up that high yet. All right. How's that? Got a little, you know, we can make this look like the Big Dipper. But anyway, for now, let's just see if we can get this marble from one end to the other. There we go. Nope. Oh my goodness. 2 mistakes. We obviously didn't check that one. 3 mistakes. Wow, that was bad. I think it's because we moved it. All right, because we moved it, I didn't check that everything was lined up. So we obviously need to keep it lined up or it's not going to work. All right, wow, this is all crazy. Not lined up at all. All right, let's see. Is it all lined up? This is the big trick with this puzzle. Is like, is it all lined up or not? Let's see. Nope. The very bottom tray wasn't lined up. The rest worked. Wow, it won't get out there. The very last part of it didn't work. And now I hit it with my hands, so it's probably not going to work again. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to spend all night on this because I said I was going to try some other things. All right, so that worked. I'll just send another one through. Hopefully the second one works as well. There you go. All right, so that worked. I'm not going to play with this thing all night. I'm going to put it away right now. It was pretty cool, though. I think it was very cool. And then next I'm going to try testing those like the keyboard with the Yolobox, and I'm going to try that background. That'll be like... No. I have to try the background now, and then I'll try the keyboard on the Yolobox last, because it might like break things. Alright. Anyone remember how this went together? Does that looks pretty good so far. Alright. Let's stick with that. There we go. You missed it. This stuff that I already put together. I don't know if I did it the right way. I imagine this block was supposed to go here. Let me redo that. This block probably goes here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Alright, so these ones just go like head to toe like that. I don't know. I have to rewind the video to see if this matches, you know, the accurate way the way this came or not, the way this showed up. All right, nothing else back there. And what do you think? Is it the length of two of these? No. Maybe it's gonna get that across the top. Who knows? That looks better. Ah, I'm having trouble just putting this blocks away. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I don't think I did it the way it came from the factory. In fact, I'm not even done yet. It may not even work at all, what I'm doing. Wow, what a mess. Maybe like this? Yeah, that looks better. All right. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And this here. This here. May or may not be the same way it showed up. Not sure. But I think it's good enough. Nope. Alright. I knew those marbles had to go in there. Alright. Now we're good. Finally. Okay. So now we can test the keyboard. But how can I show you? Okay. So the mouse is here. I feel like I need a tripod for that handy cam. Maybe that's like the best way to do this. Yeah. I'm gonna turn the handy cam on. going to take a minute to turn on. So I have this mouse, and it's plugged into the Yolobox here. But the Yolobox, I have to control. The monitor doesn't work. So you see the mouse up here on this screen. So that's how I'm controlling it. But if I try to, let me go to the scoreboard. All right. So let's say I want to type something here. I go here. Oh, it's not even clicking. What I wanted to show, there we go. Okay, so let's say I want to type there. I can't. Normally, I would click on that, and it would bring up a keyboard. But when I have the mouse plugged in, it seems like it doesn't bring up the keyboard. So I want to try to plug in the keyboard and see what happens. All right, so let's try and do that. All right, so I'm putting the handy cam down, and I'm going to open the keyboard. Remember that Deutschland, Dusseldorf, Germany, that keyboard? We're going to open that right now. Some plastic on it. It might break the Yolobox. So if the stream ends suddenly, just know that I'm saying goodbye to you. Even after the stream broke. But anyway, so here's the keyboard. It's nice and small, and it should be wired for USB. So there's two USBs on the Yolobox. One is where the mouse is now, and it's meant for like USB drives and webcams, but it works also for the mouse. The other one is meant for charging, and charging, and there's a second function, webcam out. So like, or maybe all three of them are that. It's meaning like the output comes from the USB-C, and you can plug it into your computer, and it'll be like a webcam. But here's what I'm going to do right now. Let me go back to here for a minute. So you can barely see it, but there's the output from the Yolobox. So I'm going to use the mouse to highlight this where it says first half, and then I'm going to unplug the mouse and instead put in the keyboard and see if we can type. Though honestly, I would rather like I don't like if I unplug it, I got a feeling it's not even gonna be highlighted anymore. But let's see what happens. So I'm unplugging the mouse. I'm gonna plug in the keyboard. Oh, okay, now there's the keyboard. So when you unplug the mouse, you could type with the keyboard. But as you recall, my touchscreen is blank, so I can't see what I'm typing. So I'm going to try plugging in this keyboard now into the Yolobox, and let's see what happens. So it's plugged in. Now I have a cursor in where that text goes, and it says first half, and I'm going to hit the backspace key. Let me see if I can... All right, it's working. The keyboard is working. So you can plug a keyboard into... I'm just typing nonsense, but the point is you can plug a keyboard into a Yolobox. But now I've lost the mouse because I unplugged it to plug in the keyboard. So now I'm going to plug the mouse into the charging spot of the Yolobox, and I'm pretty sure this is going to crash the stream. So good night, or maybe it'll work, and we'll discover how to use mouse and keyboard with a Yolobox. Alright, I just plugged in the mouse. I don't see a cursor on the screen, but it also didn't crash. Yeah, nope, no mouse there. But we do have the keyboard. I'll plug that out. Alright, plug that out. So there's the keyboard again. The touchscreen keyboard. Plug in the mouse. And now the keyboard is gone. So, you know, I'm not sure what we proved there. But the mouse, the USB-C mouse works with the Yolobox. USB-C keyboard works with the Yolobox, but not at the same time. Probably what we need is a single device that's a keyboard and a mouse. And I've seen them, and they're like, they're very cool. They're like small, and they have like a track screen mouse, and then they have keys like here. But they were Bluetooth. So I thought that was an extra layer that's probably not going to work. Oh, by the way, the back of this keyboard is red. I had no idea. And it has little flip-up things here. So now I have a USB-C keyboard. But hopefully tomorrow I'm going to have a working Yolobox, so this won't be relevant. But it's kind of one of those nice backup things to have. So I'm glad that I have that. So the only thing left on this stream that we didn't do is change the background. So let's take a look here at this background. That'll be the last thing we do today. I don't even remember like what's in here. Like I don't even know if I'm looking at the front or the back. I get these backgrounds. They're 5 feet wide and 3 feet tall, and that like exactly fits my studio. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty cool. It's got like palm trees and stuff. All right, I'm gonna switch to a camera where you can't see much while I install this background. I have a truss. It's like an L-shaped. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 5 pieces, the truss, but they create kind of an L. I should probably show you with the Handycam, but then I'd be showing you everything in my room. Okay, I'm not sure I want to do that right now. I am planning a studio tour video once I've got the new Yolobox in. Probably this weekend I'll film the studio tour and post it probably in a week or two. Anyway, I'm going to go sort of behind the camera, install this, and then I'll switch to a camera from which you can actually see this background. So anyway, why I mentioned the truss, because I just used magnets. I just used magnets to attach the background to the truss, so it works very quickly. So, how many magnets do I use? 6. 3 across the top, 3 across the bottom. That's it. Alright, let me get this thing straight. Sometimes I accidentally install it upside down, so try to be careful of that. Not to do that. Alright. You probably hear the sounds of the magnets. When I take them like on and off, you're probably going to hear them like double because I'm like removing one set and adding another set. So you might hear them like taken off more times. Basically, you're going to hear them more than 6 times because I got to remove one set and add one set. Alright. If I didn't have to remove one, I'd already be done. But anyway, the removal was actually, because I was like holding one background in one hand and the other one in the other hand and doing the removal. And basically, I think I threw one magnet on the floor. And all that process because suddenly oh, there it is. Okay. I got all 6 magnets. Okay. So now we can look at the background. I just got to switch to a camera that can see it. Alright, the new background's in place. I personally think it looks cool. You can see a little bit of it here, but I'm going to switch to another camera where you can see more of it. Just got to switch to that camera. Everything will be quicker once the Yolobox, as I said, is working. That's actually not that great a view. Is this like slanted a little bit? Yeah, I think this could be zoomed. Is usually zoomed in maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's like better. Yeah, you still can't see it, right? All right. The Handycam. The Handycam is our friend. Except it's not turned on right now. I think it timed out, or the battery might have died. Oh no, it timed out. All right, we're gonna go back to the Handycam in a minute, and as soon as that boots up, all right, it's booted up. Wait, hold on a second. It was booted up, but it wasn't going to the. Now it is. It wasn't going to through the cable. All right, so there it is. There's the background. Like there's the thing we were just looking at. There's the background. You can see my cameras up there. You can see like the overhead camera. The overhead camera is here. Face cam is here. The main camera one is here. Maybe I should switch to the face cam. And you'll see me holding this camera. So here's the face cam. Here's the camera I'm holding. And if I go to the camera that I'm holding, then you see the background. Nice background, right? You barely see them on camera. I gotta come up with ways and angles that you see the backgrounds more. And like even this Handycam, I gotta learn how to get a clean output because obviously it's showing all that like crap on the screen right now. I'll tell you one way that I can do it. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it. Hang on a second, and I don't know what you're gonna see while I do it, but you'll see in a second. You'll see the result in a second. All right. Yeah, this should. All right. So now you don't see all that crap. I basically cropped the screen, so I think that's not really the best solution, but that's what I did. All right, that's the last thing I got for you today. Just a look at this stupid background. Oh, man, today might have been the worst like episode we've ever done. All right, I'll put all these toys away. I'm John Rapp. This is Just Rest Your Eyes. Good night, and see you tomorrow.